19-year-old girl named Kausar Mafis Ali was a wife, only married for 5 months. Her husband's name is Mohammed. Her husband loved his wife very much. They were a couple, living a peaceful life. Her husband owned a small shop. On the morning of the accident, he went to his shop as usual. August 2, 2006. Kausar is always a quiet girl. At 12 o'clock p.m., she went to the market to buy household items. She returned from the market at 1 o'clock p.m. Then she called the security guard of the residence. She sent him small things that she forgot. Then she went up the elevator until she came to the 7th floor of her house. After a while, the guard came and bought the items she sent to him. But when he knocked on the house, no one opened the door. He stood at the door for 5 minutes. Then he placed the items in front of her house and left. Her husband Mohammed came from work at 5 o'clock p.m. as usual. After the door of his house, he saw a plastic bag outside. Then he thought his wife forgot here. After that, he went to his house and looked for his wife, but she was not there. Then he called the guard and asked where his wife went. Then the guard told him that his wife sent him to the market to buy some small things. And when I came back, she didn't open the door for me after buying the goods. He placed them at the door and left. All the neighbors came out and started looking for Kausar. Mohammed spoke to Kausar's family to ask if she was with Kausar, but her family said they did not see Kausar. Kausar's family came to find out what was going on. At 10 o'clock p.m., they decided to go to the police station and report that their daughter was missing. Mohammed and Kausar's family told the police that their daughter used to cover her face. Then, the police started an investigation. It was found out that Kausar has only one friend, that girl whose name is Nadam Zainab, and they were neighbors. They lived together on the 7th floor. Zainab was married to a man named Rita. She is pregnant and went to her family in a village to give birth there. Kausar's search took 7 days, but no trace has been found yet. The police and the local residents alike were looking for Kausar. On the 10th day, human flesh was found that consisted of 2 legs, a fetus, and a hand. When the people saw it, they called the police, after which the police collected the body, and an autopsy was performed. The doctor has said this girl is to be between 17 and 20 years old. It was immediately suspected that she was Kausar, a resident of Faisal, Cairo, Egypt. When they was checked, the victim was Kausar. Her husband Mohammed was suspected, but Mohammed said that there was no fight or argument between me and my wife. Then the security guard of the building is in the police station. I doubt the man with Zainab husband. He didn't do a good job, and he was owed 3 months rent, but suddenly he paid the money owed in one time. After that, I saw he buying gifts for his wife and daughter. He went to the village where his wife and little daughter are to find out about their condition. The detective came to Rita's house. When he opened the door, his face showed fear and confusion. After that, his house was looked to find any references. After they go to the bathroom, a lot of blood was seen, and the refrigerator was seen with human hand. After that, it became clear that the problem was caused by the neighbor, and he was arrested. The detective interviewed Rita, who was the man who murdered Kausar. Let's go back to the day of the accident. Wednesday, August 2, 2006. Kausar, when the security guard sent the small things to the market that she had forgotten, she returned and climbed the elevator. When she reached the 7th floor of the residence, Rita knew that Kausar was wearing a lot of gold, so he waited for the elevator door. When she came out, he said, "My wife." She changed her mind and came back. She said, "I feel pain," and she said, "When Kausar comes back from the market, call me to help me, so please. My sister helped my wife, she is not well." Kausar is a very helpful girl. Kausar agrees to help her friends, Zainab. Then she entered the house until she reached the bedroom, but Zainab was not there. Then he said, "I hit him on the head with something heavy until she dies." After he took the gold, I thought for 10 minutes about how I would do with this corpse. Then I hid the body under the bed. I went to work. I returned to work at 9 o'clock p.m. I saw her family and husband and all the neighbors standing outside, and then I stayed with them for a while. I was saddened, and I expressed my regret for Kausar's absence. After that, I came home and had a lot of work to do. I bought 3 large plastic bags of salt. Then I picked up the body to the bathroom, then cut off the legs and hands and put it in the refrigerator. The rest were covered with salt to mask their smells. Then I went to sleep. When I woke up in the morning, The rest of the body began to be torn apart, such as the head and the body. After that, I got ready for work. Full day. But, that day, I used to go to work for an hour and a half. Then, I came out to the market and bought the gold that I picked up from Kausar. After that I paid off the rent that I owed and the other money that I owed. After that I coming back to my house. I bought big bags. Kausar's body was divided into 5 large bags, and the rest was cutting small to a toilet filled with water. After that I thought how to do it. After that, he spoke to a friend of mine who owns a car. I said, friend, my wife went to the village where their family lived. She left a lot of meat at home, so the meat smelled bad. I don't want to throw garbage there and poor people eat it. So help me. I want to get rid of this meat. My friend trusted me and took the meat with me when we took the meat. Kausar's family, her husband and the neighbors all saw us, but they didn't suspect us. We threw in 3 different neighborhoods. After few days I went to the village to meet my wife and take money to her. When she asked me, where did you get this money from? I said that a friend of mine owed me money before, and now he has returned my money. I stayed with my wife and daughter for 2 days, and then returned home, so as not to suspect my absence. But he didn't know while he was away that he was suspected of being investigated. Finally, the evidence and his confession at the court, he was sentenced to death. This is the story that scares me the most. He killed a poor girl who was only married for 5 months. All of us should follow the example of some houses we enter and be careful.